Hello everyone. This video I'm going to be talking about my brother. My brother is someone who played an intricate part of my downfall. This person he was somebody that pretended to be family but chose to be an enemy unprovoked. So what did my brother do? My brother growing up was very, very, very physically abusive. He was very strong. Like, he had a lot of physical strength and he used it to assert his dominance on people. He was somebody that liked to pick fights with people that were smaller than him, and he took full advantage of any time, like any moment of weakness, any vulnerability that someone had. He took advantage. He did it to me. He did it to people that, he called friends. He was a complete bully. Why? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know why he was like that, but it was just a lifestyle that he chose to live for a while, just being a bully. I really don't know why. Excuse me. Give me a moment. So, why am I choosing to talk about my brother in this manner? Because my brother ruined my life. He caused a lot of drama and chaos in my closest circles, and he pretty much ruined any healthy opportunities for me to live my life and be a better person and try to get back on my feet. And he took those opportunities away from me. And instead of, being honest with me about whatever personal problems that he had with me, he chose to attack me and sabotage me from growing and helping other people. He did a lot. There's a lot of people that were in my family that may not have known his nature. They may not have known how cruel he was, how manipulative he was, how diabolical he was, and they, in a lot of ways, they underestimated. Excuse me. They underestimated how cruel he can be. They truly did. And because I didn't really fully know what was going on, like what he was doing in the shadows, what he was doing in the background, a lot of times I ended up taking the fall for his behavior. Because a lot of times, like, I don't know, it's very difficult to explain because for most of my life, I didn't really quite remember, what he was doing to put me at a disadvantage. It's very difficult to explain now, but what I can say is that he participated in having me drugged. He drugged me, and people that were his accomplices and that were complicit in his behavior participated and helped him keep these secrets. And they pretty much did whatever they could to get me to forget, to get me to lose my memories so that I couldn't speak up, so that I, couldn't warn other people that were on the path of being his next victim. So the people that were complicit in his behavior, they helped him get me to stay quiet, whether it was physically injuring me, whether it was attacking my crown chakra so that I didn't remember. And this was all just to kind of get me to stay quiet so that he can keep doing whatever he was doing, and so that I couldn't help other people and warn them about him and his behavior. My brother participated in having me sex trafficked, but the difference between him and other people was that he thought I knew. That was the difference. He thought that I knew that I was being trafficked. I don't know what the outcome would have been if he didn't know, or I'm sorry. I don't know what the outcome would have been if he knew that I knew, but the only thing that I can give him a little bit of credit on is that he didn't know that I didn't know I was being trafficked. But my brother was a huge bully, and he is a rapist, and he has raped a lot of women. And I'm not the only woman that he's attacked. He forced a lot of women to bear his child. I don't know what his objective was behind that. I assume it was dominance, it was control, it was, just hypocrisy, because his sexual identity he wasn't a straight male. Let's just say that. I won't really go into detail, but considering his sexual identity, he was a complete hypocrite. He was very disrespectful towards women. He was very homophobic towards anyone that was a part of the LGBT community. He expressed a lot of hypocrisy, and he ruined a lot of people's lives by his bigotry, including mine. He had me trafficked for a very long time, and when he sensed that I was trying to get out and that I was trying to make a better life for myself, he was the main person who put up the most amount of resistance. He was the most vocal about me trying to, live a better life. He was just very oppositional towards me, and a lot of the people that didn't know what he was guilty of underestimated the level of evil that was in his heart. I mean, I at one point in time underestimated, because I consider him my brother, and because I didn't really quite remember what he did. I was one of those people that was kind of naive to what he was capable of, and he caused so much problems. I mean, he was a convicted felon, and he hadn't learned from that, from being bailed out of jail. He never showed any appreciation for the sacrifices that people around him made for him, because they were loyal to him, because they cared about him, including me. He took all of us for granted. And now it's gotten to the point where I'm being forced to expose his character, not because I'm doing this out of spite. I don't want to see him fall. I never wanted to see him fall. Part of the reason why I was quiet for so long is because I do believe in people redeeming themselves and turning their life around. And he just wasn't one of those people. He made a conscious decision to terrorize people's lives. He made a conscious decision to be a bully. He made a conscious decision to sexually assault people that he felt that he could dominate. And he had been given many warnings time after time to stop behaving that way. And he chose to continue to do so for whatever his personal reasons were for. But he was definitely a hypocrite. He definitely expressed a lot of bigotry towards women and anyone who was a part of the LGBT community for whatever his reasons were. And it wasn't really fair, considering that he's different as well. He's different than the average heterosexual person.